Hey, I'm Kristen Boyle. I am yoga therapist and somatic coach. And today I wanted to talk to you about sitting in a yoga class, sitting and breathing, sitting in meditation. And so just to preface this is not necessarily how you have to sit all the time. There is no necessarily a good or a bad way to sit. It's simply being mindful of how you're sitting and how it's impacting your body. So first and foremost, when you're in a yoga class, there are props usually. Around your home, you can use pillows, you can use blankets that you have. Towels are great to sit on. I have a block that I'm going to use to describe to you. But there's some importance to how you sit. And so if you think of your body, you've got this rib cage, and the rib cage is like a lampshade. So if you have a lampshade, the light shines down. Right? If the lampshade is tilted, then the light is shining forward. If it's tilted backwards, the light is shining backwards. We want it to shine straight down. And then your pelvis is like a bowl. It's level. If anything, the bowl might be tilted slightly forward for some of you. However, you really want it to be level. So if you bring your hands around your hips, you can feel if it's tilted forward or tilted back. Same with your lampshade rib cage, tilted forward or tilted back. So we want to line the lampshade over the bowl. Now, the other thing you're going to want is a prop to sit on. I happen to have very open hips, and I still use a prop. If you have tight hips, and you know who you are, that's not bad. Tight hips are not bad, open hips are not bad, it's just hips, right? So if you tend to have tighter hips, then you want to use even more props. Give yourself plenty of height. If you're at home, stack 3 to 4 towels. That's probably going to be good for you. So with the block, I'm going to demonstrate 2 ways to sit. One, to sit as if I am sitting cross-legged. So I want to make sure you can see the block. I don't want to plop in the middle or the back. I actually want to move to the forward edge of the block, almost to where I feel like I'm going to fall forward. So my sitting bones are right on the edge. And then if I cross my legs, now I can sit tall. Now there's one other thing that I want to say, I want to mention is if you do have open hips and the knees fall easily all the way down to the floor, you may need to support yourself. Blanket, take your blanket, fold it, roll it up. You can tuck it in front and then place your knees on it. And so even for my open hips, what happens is as my knees fall all the way to the floor, my hips get strained. And so what I want is just a little bit of support so that the muscles in my hip flexors can relax. Now, if you find that you sit and your knees are way up here and your spine is curving under, you're rounding forward, you need more props. You need more height. I want you to find a place where as you sit tall, if you see, my spine is nice and long. It is not tilted forward. This is what you'll see with the more hypermobile, flexible people. It is not, this is the bowl spilling forward. You want it right in the middle. All right, so one other way to sit, if you like, and I prefer this often because I said my hips are open, and so sometimes I get pain in my hips. So often I will take a block or a blanket and I will sit. This is more heels to the outside of my hips, and that's really, really important. Heels to the outside, knees facing straight forward. And this is another alternative. However, make sure that you have plenty of height. You should have little to no sensation in the knee joints. The hips, what this neutral and then slightly internal rotation allows is, again, for the hips to relax, release just slightly. And so, here we go. The bowl is level. The lampshade is shining straight down over the bowl. So again, it's not jutted forward. Often what I see in yoga classes is when you're asked to sit up tall, it's a sit up tall kind of position. Well, that's a lot of stress and strain. I actually want you to take the ribs, soften them back, and fill up through the back of the body. So if this is you, soften, fill up. If this is you, rounded through the low back, you're putting extra stress on the low back because these muscles are becoming overstretched and weakened. Same with the neck, overstretched and weakened. So we want to bring it all back so it's in alignment. So ears over shoulders, over ribs, over hips. Now the thing about the head, you'll sometimes hear to tuck the chin. Well, that's to overcorrect this. You want to bring the chin back. If you're doing this because you've overcorrected tucking the chin, then you want to give a little bit of lightness. Mostly, do you have some ease in the neck? Are you holding on to tension? So when I say my practice is embodied mindfulness for embodied living, this is where it starts. How am I sitting? Do I feel tension or strain in any part of my body? Can I breathe clearly and easily? And I want you to know it takes time to cultivate that level of awareness. So give yourself time and patience checking in with your body. So bowl, lampshade, soften. Shoulders, relax. Chin is not tucked. It's almost as if there's a little balloon tied, not to the center of my head, but right to where the crown is, which is the peak of the head. The head actually lifts up a little, and it's pulling up. And then take a moment to notice what it feels like to sit. More to come soon. Thanks for watching this. Send me some feedback. Give me your thoughts, your interpretation. If you have questions for your own body as you sit, send me a picture. I'm happy to look at what is supporting you or not supporting you in the position that you're sitting in. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you next time.